to OU. Luke went to Vandy. Other brother went to Arkansas. Like, we were all over the place. Now my family's back in Nashville, where Luke and my parents both went to Vandy. So we moved around a whole bunch, but I think that's kind of like our secret sauce in a way. It's what made our family so close, because we just always had each other. And like, my older brother had to go to 4 different high schools. Like, it was insane. But I mean, it made us all super close, just playing basketball out in the driveway every day. And that's, I don't know, that's what kept us together. And yeah, I love my family. As you can tell from my crazy Twitter, I've really become into like a Luke Kornet stan account. It's embarrassing. but
I It reminds me, so back when Al Horford played for the Celtics, his sister was a very similar way. She was interacting with Celtics Twitter like crazy. I'm sure you've gotten to know the Wild fans and just the media
yeah.
lore. I mean, even in the last 2 weeks, I mean, you have Danny Ainge nicknaming him Big Bird. You have
I know.
Green Kornet becoming a thing. Like, this is if he's gonna be sticking around with the Celtics, this is what you have to get used to. And I'm sure you've
It's a blast.
already.
That's what I love about it already. Like, the fan base is awesome. I mean, obviously Luke started in New York of all places, where it's a crazy fan base, and they really loved him there too, in Garden Number 1. But like, I'm loving Boston. I love your Horford jersey. My dad actually was, I think, roommates with Tito. Like, I don't know which team, but he's friends with him, so he used to text Tito back and forth when Luke was on the Knicks, and just talking about like each other's sons and whatnot. So I love that Luke's on the Celtics now. Like, they're a great family. I never got to meet the sister though, so maybe fingers crossed one day. Who knows?
Down the line, I know she's over in Europe now, I think, riding out the
Nice.
pandemic. She does a podcast with us as well. So
Cool.
maybe we'll get you a podcast one day. That
Who
could be a
knows?
possibility. So you mentioned your dad, Frank, NBA player. That's not something I knew. As I got to know Luke a little bit, that Frank, his dad, played in the NBA for 2 seasons, went to Italy for a couple different years around the time you were born. What was that like growing up with, I guess at the time you were born, he was a former NBA player, but he was still trying to, at that time, keep his career alive, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, I credit my dad for like all of our athletic ability. Obviously, we got so much of his height. My mom's 5'7". She was the singer dancer in the group. And my dad, I mean, he, like, I feel bad for him. I mean, he talks a lot. Like, he had a big regret from, I mean, he was drafted, I think it was the first pick of the 2nd round. And like, he was good. And he went straight to Milwaukee back in the 80s, when Milwaukee was very good. And he's just a classic, typical rookie, where like, you're not playing much, and he just was a stubborn, hard-headed guy, and was really upset with that. And when he played, he did really well, but he got so upset in a way that his agent called him, and they're saying that Italy was offering him like a bigger contract. He'd be guaranteed minutes. They just convinced him to buy his contract out and go to Europe. And my dad's just like, that was the biggest regret of my life. Like, you want the NBA. That's your dream as a kid, is to be in the NBA. Like, everyone in Europe's wanting to be in the NBA. And so he went over there and just had a hard time overseas, and then played for a few seasons, or just one even, I'm not sure. Came back, and then was in camp with the Pacers, and it was when Reggie was there. And he's like, Nicole, Reggie was passing me the ball. Like, I was and he unfortunately was the very last cut, because it's just hard, to break your way back into the league. So what's awesome though is, like, it's taught Luke a lot. It's just like, if you're in the NBA, like you stay there, and you do your best. And what I love about Luke too, unlike my dad, I think my dad was more of the arrogant type, and like, was about numbers. Love you, Dad, if you're listening. But Luke is just such a team guy. Like, it's never about himself. Like, he'll be out there blocking out. The ball will like fall like right in front of him. I'm like, Luke, grab the rebound. But he's like, no, my teammate can get it. Like, I'm just here to block out. Like, he's just always about doing the right thing. And he just wants to win. I mean, like, he doesn't care how much he scores or whatever. Like, he just loves defense and wants to protect the paint and do what he's told. And like, he's been that way his whole life. So me and my dad were more like the stat stuffers. We kind of like the numbers. But Luke, I mean, he's just a team guy.
We only talked to Luke once this year in the press conference. There it was after that first game where he hit a couple threes, helped push that comeback against Oklahoma City. I think that was his second game here in Boston. And I remember they were asking him about how he fit in so well right away, and he just seemed to hit it off with Brad Stevens, the coach there, in
Yeah.
an immediate fashion, because that's Brad's thing too. Know your role, do it really well, and immediately in that game, whether it was like the pick and pop threes, rolls to the basket, protecting the rim, as you said, he was just able to find an immediate way to impact that game. And I remember him saying as well, he had a drive from Chicago to Milwaukee to meet up with the team.
Oh yeah, that's again very typical Luke. Like Luke is just the most like humble, down to earth. He's not about flash, as you can tell with his big old black shoes and white socks. Like he has no fashion sense. Like I was the one always like, Luke, come on, you got to pick it up here. But he doesn't care. He just wants to. He's so minimalistic and yeah, just this humble guy who will drive his car till it breaks down. Never wants to get anything new. Like he's just like a good old fashioned dude. And yeah, he did. He drove his little Toyota Camry all the way to Milwaukee.
That's incredible. How's he fit in a Camry?
Oh, he doesn't. I mean, his knees are jammed up. Our family, we're used to that though. My dad's 6'9", other brother's 6'9", I'm 6'1". Like planes, trains, and automobiles, we do not fit well. But still, we're always on the move. So you just kind of grin and bear it.
We got to get this guy a truck. So you said you were trying to get his fashion game up. He wasn't responsive to it.
He's actually gotten much better. Like I was seeing some of his like pregame pictures. I'm like, Luke, I am proud of you. Like his cute little jeans that are fitted, and I mean, yeah, he's just like a Team Sweats kind of guy. Like never been into anything crazy. Like again, he's like he hates spending money. So but he does look good. Like I am proud of his evolution. For some it may seem like not much, but for us who truly know him, it's like, Luke, you're doing all right.